Namaste, please pass it on. Namaste, please pass it on. Okay, so welcome back once again. And today's topic clinical Qigong massage. Last time we did introduction to clinical Qigong, where we seen how or what is clinical Qigong, how should you know when somebody talks about clinical Qigong, what is the authority of the master, what kind of master you should go to, or rather recognize a master of clinical Qigong. So in short, clinical Qigong is when you are doing Qigong to cure yourself of ailment or to get relief from any ailment that you are suffering from, whether it is common cold to the largest or the biggest ailment of your body that you can think of. Okay, so that's what is clinical Qigong. And we also spoke about the different kinds of clinical Qigong. So active clinical Qigong was there where you do movements. Then there was passive clinical Qigong where you do meditations. So you can cure yourself to movement, you can cure your ailments through meditation. You can cure yourself through sound. You can cure yourself by doing nothing. Okay? How many of us believe that we can cure ourselves by doing nothing? Yes, only one person. Very good, sir.
If there is a way, it is possible. How it is but possible without cure?
That's a very nice question. Yeah. Yeah, you were saying something?
If there is a way,
Mm-hmm.
will accepting like
If there is a way, yes. See, again, bring to your mind what as you can cure yourself by doing nothing. Okay, and what did we do? We did an exercise last time which was called embracing the tree. Okay, so there we still had our hands up. I will even remove this out. We are not even going to hold your hands up. You are just going to sit. Okay, and do nothing. Now tell me, are you people doing nothing?
we are listening to you.
You're listening to me. So what do? Don't listen. Okay? Never listen. Now what do we listen? We listen to our doctors. We listen to our friends. We listen to those people who don't know anything about our sickness. We listen to those people who know a lot about our sickness. And last and not the least, we listen to our fear. Okay? So the first thing of doing nothing is not listening. You should bring yourself to that stage that even when your mind keeps chattering, keeps saying certain things, which all our mind does, including mine, you should try to just be a witness. Don't react. Okay? Then what? Cholo, we have all stopped listening now. Are we still doing nothing?
We are seeing, listening. We are seeing, we are listening. Thinking.
Now I asked you not to do listen. So now you know what is not listening. So you are not saying. Now what you are doing?
We are seeing.
Now you are seeing. Okay? Now when you see also, according to Chinese traditional medicine, you start talking with all the other senses when you close one sense. So what did we do? We stopped the sense of listening, hearing. Okay? The moment we do that, some other senses, they get the strength, they start to get overactivated. So what did you pick? You picked we are seeing. So what do you do then? Close your eyes. Okay, so we stopped listening, we closed our eyes. Now, are we still doing nothing or we are doing something still?
We are breathing. Sensing, thinking.
We are
Breathing.
breathing or we are thinking with the mind. Stop thinking with the mind and listening will almost come same. Now let's come to breathing. Even then we are doing something. Now you don't stop breathing. Yeah, you don't stop breathing, but again be a witness. Don't keep your mind on your breathing. Okay, so now you cancelled seeing, you cancelled hearing, and you cancelled breathing. Are we still doing something?
Yeah.
Yes? We are sensing. Okay. Now what you should do is a very nice word sir came up with, which will tell you the ultimate thing of doing nothing. Stop sensing. Now this thing, this, what should we call it? Okay. Let's say it's the intelligence of the soul. It's an intelligence of the soul that even me, being here, even if I am blind and deaf, I still know there are so many people there. Why? Because it is the sense of the soul. My soul tells me that I will feel something, that there are so many people here. This sensing capacity you should try to bring down when you are supposed to do nothing. Now, this is not very easy and it is not very tough also, because all of us in our day-to-day activity from morning to evening in this 24-hour cycle, 24 times we stop sensing everything within us and around us, but we don't know because we are not aware. What you have to do is this 24 counts, you have to start to double it. Okay? You have to keep doubling it. Now unconsciously, or rather I call it super consciously, you are doing this 24 times a day, and that's why we are all surviving. What we have to do is, instead of trying it out or letting it happen super consciously, we have to make it happen subconsciously and consciously. Okay, so when you do this, then you will get the benefit of curing yourself without doing anything. What happens is, when you stop sensing, when you stop listening, when you stop seeing, your mind, your brain comes into an alpha state. Okay, we all know about the alpha state in meditation. When your brain or your mind comes into this alpha state level, that time healing takes place. Healing of body, mind and soul. So this proves that when you do nothing, you can cure yourself. And again I will tell you this, don't think it is easy and also don't think it is tough, because we are already doing it super consciously. We are already doing it. Otherwise, if we cannot do it, we are not going to survive as human beings here. With the amount of stress that we all go through, we cannot survive. There are many things which happen in our day-to-day activity which keeps us moving, which keeps us in harmony with whatever is happening here. One is going into this level, okay, of doing nothing or nothingness 24 times in the day. Okay, the Kundalini getting awakened happens 9 times in a day unconsciously, or rather on the superconscious level. We don't know. Okay, we don't know that, but it happens, because if it doesn't awaken that 9 times in the 24-hour cycle that we live, again we will not be able to be in harmony with what we are. There are lots of things happen. These are just 2 things, just 2 small things I will tell you about. There are many different kinds of things happen, which happen on the superconscious level, which we are not aware of it, and that is a healing for us, or that is strength, or that is chi, or that is energy, or that is prana for us to continue our activity here on earth, on this plane, with our responsibilities. The moment these things stop happening on the subconscious level, or rather it stops happening completely to us, and that's the time where an ailment comes into our body. That's the time we are sick. That's the time we start with the psychosomatic disease, which later goes on and becomes a chronic disease. Many times you must have heard people from chronic disease have survived. Why? Again, very simple, because when you go to the doctor and the doctor says you have a chronic disease, medical science cannot do anything about it, then you will go to somebody else, maybe Ayurveda, maybe Unani, maybe somebody else.
Start praying.
You will do a lot of things. You will pray. Yes. You will pray and God will not listen. Because God doesn't heal you. Then what do? You will surrender. You will give up. अरे छोड़ना यार, जाने दे, चल, हो गया ना हो गया, क्या है, मरने का है. What you will do? Nothing. And then you will start getting all right. You will start getting cured. Why?
Because you're doing nothing.
Because you're doing nothing. You're not listening to the chatter in your mind. You're not listening to the papers, the doctors, or those big medical journals. You are not opposing what is coming towards you. You have surrendered to nothingness. That's why many chronic disease people survive for this one reason. And you see, you should see this if you are with people. I am with a lot of people whole day, from morning to night. I am with a lot of people. Not to boast, but I get a lot of even phone calls. I constantly get people ringing me up, talking to me. मेरा चाचा बीमार है, मेरा ग्रैंडफादर बीमार है, मेरा ये बीमार है, this has happened to me, this has happened to me. Constantly you will see, and my always advises them, okay, if it happens, everything will be well. One very simple, some people believe me when I say everything will be well. Some people don't believe me, and it's my research. Those people who believe me when I say everything will be well get cured. And those people who क्या सर बोलता है एवरीथिंग विल वेल, तकलीफ तो मेरे को होता है, तकलीफ बढ़ते जाता है. Why? Very simple reason. Those people who believe when I tell them everything will be well, they surrender, they finish, they do nothing about it. Okay? So nothingness is very, very powerful. Not listening, okay, not judging, all these kinds of things makes place for pure universal energy to move down into your system. Okay, very important fact. Many people I have seen, again not to judge anybody, many people I have seen, जिन लोगों को अलग अलग तरीक़ा का बीमारी हो या कोई मानसिक तकलीफ़ हो, मेडिटेशन करते हैं, योगा करते हैं, प्राणायाम करते हैं, वॉकिंग करते हैं, लाफ्टर क्लब जाते हैं, बरसों बरसों वैसा ही रहता है उन्हें. There is no improvement, absolutely no improvement. Now why does that happen? Why that's happened is because there is no place in this 5 foot 3 inches that I am, or maybe you are 6 foot 2 inches. There is no place for pure prana to go and settle in your body. So if there is no place for pure prana to come and settle in your body, how will you get rejuvenated? How will there be new life? How will be there new breath? No, it will not be there. So when there is nothingness, when you are emptying yourself, you are making place for the universal energy. You are making place for pure prana. You are making place for pure rejuvenated breath, which in turn goes into the physical system, into the mental system, into the spiritual system, cleanses that thing, and it still remains pure. But if it is crowded inside, and traditional Chinese medicine very well says this, don't crowd your system. Any of you have done Feng Shui, the Feng Shui expert will tell you, don't clutter. What is the meaning of clutter? Clutter means sab cheez andar, dad barte raho. That is Feng Shui. They will say don't clutter. First, remove clutter. So what applies to your house or to your office in Feng Shui? Tai Chi and Qigong is the Feng Shui of your body, mind and soul. Don't clutter your soul. Don't clutter your mind. Don't clutter your body. What happens? Emptiness, nothingness. So then pure prana, pure energy can come and settle inside your body.
Is sleeping a state of nothing?
Sleeping is not a state of nothingness, because you really cannot sleep without a thought process. It is always there. Instead, a very great scientist, all of you have heard about Sigmund Freud,
Yeah.
okay? If you don't think, you cannot sleep. He has said that. So it is the tiredness, it is the working of your body and your mind constantly fighting with each other. When two people are fighting in the war, you see in the war, they keep fighting. What happens? Both the parties fall down. So when your body and your mind are at loggerheads with each other and they keep fighting, 12 घंटा हो गया तो both are down. Your mind also is down, your body also is down. Okay, we will do a very nice lecture on what is sleep. If sleep is a meditation, or a sleep is energy, or sleep is stress. Okay, there are different ways of sleeping. If you have read books on sleep and dreams, you will know we are going through different states of sleepness. Okay, and all that is explained, right? So nothingness. So coming to what is your qigong, you know what we did about nothingness. So always remember this one thing: be like a witness. Don't analyze, don't judge whatever you read, whatever you see, whatever you hear. Very simple. Empty yourself out so that pure prana can move back into your body. Without that, it doesn't work, because unconsciously, on the superconscious level, all these things take place in our life cycle in the 24-hour period. All this thing. Okay? So coming back now, so you know meditation can heal, sound can heal, all can heal. So today's topic is about massage. Many of you must have done qigong massage. Many of you. How many of you have done acupressure? Nobody? Acupressure. How many of you have done sujok therapy? Many of you have done. How many of you have done acupuncture? See? So all of you have done qigong massage. See, when you do acupressure, a particular point of pain, a particular trigger point is applied with pressure. Maybe you have a wooden jimmy, or maybe you'll use your thumb, or maybe the knuckle. Okay, and then you will do different strokes. So one stroke is to pulse. So you pulse and leave, pulse and leave, pulse and leave. One will be to circle, clockwise, anti-clockwise. One will be to vibrate. Okay, one will be to press for a certain period of time and release, which goes on a little higher level. So we have all done qigong massage. Now you all must have done massage, but you all must have not done qigong with the massage. So now if you all know, even when you have an ordinary headache and somebody you call, bhai mere sir daba de. Now even that guy or that person or your child or your husband or whoever also is massaging, but he must or she must be not using qigong. Okay, even placing of your hand lightly on a painful area, very lightly, even this is a massage. So there are different ways of massaging. One massage that I did last time when I showed, there was this young boy who I showed this energy level. When I raised his energy level up, what did I do? I used a tune of tapping. Okay? So there are different kinds of massage. So you can massage with rhythm for certain sicknesses. You can massage hard. Then there is something which has come out new called deep tissue massage, where literally between two muscles in your body, they poke the finger very deep in. It's a very painful massage. Now all these massages remain on the physical level till you don't use qigong or till you don't use energy. The moment you use energy, the moment you induce energy into those massage techniques, then it becomes qigong massage. Now when it becomes clinical qigong massage, when you can guarantee the person that when you come to me, if I press rather certain area or I send a vibration with the energy or with qi, and you can bring down the ailment of the patient to 50%, or completely cure it, then it becomes clinical Qigong. Now again, the healing to clinical Qigong depends upon the ailment. How many years have you that ailment? Again, what are you doing about it now in the present? And will you follow the therapist's rules and regulations after you meet the therapist? So, these are the three components that you should understand if you need to do clinical Qigong. Now, why do I say this is because today, in this time of so many therapies and so many fears that we have inside us, you will already be going and doing maybe Reiki, and somebody will tell you ये नहीं करो यार सुजोग थेरेपी करो, तो आप रेकी भी करोगे, then you will go to a सुजोग therapist, and somebody will tell you go to Carlton Hill यार, जाके उसको खाली बोल देना, वो सामने से बोल देगा everything will be well, you will be okay, then he will also come to me or she will come to me. Okay, just to give you an example. So what did you do? 3 different kinds of therapies. Now which will work? It becomes very difficult. Okay, it becomes very difficult. So you have to stay with a therapy for a period of time depending upon the therapist telling you what lapse of time will really bring you relief for your ailment or a cure for your ailment. That should be taken into consideration before you get into it. So give time for the therapy to soak into your body. Okay, if it's a very superficial kind of ailment, just an headache, maybe little cold and all that can go within maybe 1 minute to 1 day, you can cure yourself. But if it's very deep kind of things like spleen problems, pancreatic problems, digestive problems for a long period of time, these have their effects very deep internally in your body. So for the vibration or for the massage to reach that area, it takes time, again depending on the therapist. There are therapists who can really reach that particular trigger point within a seconds. Okay, but then again there are therapists depending upon your karma. You may get a therapist where the massage will reach maybe the trigger point after 5 days or 6 days. Okay, so therapy should be given a time limit. So be with it and don't do a bhel puri out of it. Because see, many a times what happens, sometimes energy is one. Whether I talk about Reiki, whether I talk about pranic healing, whether I talk about Qigong, whatever, there is one energy. But how I am presenting the energy to you is very different. The belief system is very different. So when the belief system is very different, if you are doing Qigong, you have to be with the belief system of Qigong. What Qigong can do, in how many days it will work, how many hours I have to practice, or how many sessions I have to attend. If you are doing it for Reiki, the Reiki has a belief system which is again very different. Pranic healing has a system which is different. Pranayam, Yoga all have a very different kind of belief system. If you are going to mix up all, then your ailment will take time. Now why I am saying this, remember one thing, now I will tell you, many people must have not told you about, and I will tell you today, and I am not asking you to believe in it or not, but remember one thing, that the ailment that worries your body or the ailment that is in your system has a life of its own, has a soul of its own. Okay, remember this. This is a very deep traditional Chinese medicine system which I am telling you today. Every sickness has a life of its own and has a soul of its own. If the ailment did not have life of its own, ailment would not grow. my BP would have been 120/60 from the time I'm born to I'm dead. Why does my BP go high? Because it has movement, it has life force. Why does my heart behave in that way? Palpitations, arrhythmia. Why? Because it has a life of its own. What affects it? Emotions. So when you understand this, that your ailment has a life and a soul, now very simply tell me, I have a life and I have a soul. How will you treat me? Will you do that? No, you will not do that. You will handle me with care. You will handle me with respect. And the moment you know that your life is in my hand, I can do anything to you, then you will treat me with more respect, with more humbleness. So what will you do? You will talk to me nicely. Okay? You will do a lot of seva for me. Sir, pani piyoge kya? Sir, juice piyoge kya? Sir, khana khaoge kya? You will do such a lot of things because you know I have a life, I have a soul, and I am in control of you. I am that sickness in your body. I am the diabetes. I am that heart disease. I am that blood pressure. I am that cancer. I am that AIDS, which has a life and has a soul. So, number one, the moment you realize this, let your behavior towards that ailment be very humble. Very humble. If it is there, if it is come, very good. Treat it with respect. The first thing, the very first time when in my whole life cycle, when my BP went very high up, very, very high up. Again, grace of God and my endurance that I do, I was saved from a lot of things, my BP being so high up. And my doctor, after taking my blood pressure, the first question he asked me was, how did I reach the dispensary? And then I told him I had gone for class, and from class I came like this walking, I came like this walking and all that. And he was like with big eyes and all that looking at me. It's fine. Then very nicely he told me, now see, I'm going to tell you something, don't get scared. And so I was looking and I was smiling at him like, he's saying your BP is 280 by 120. And he is a Maharashtrian friend of mine who is a doctor. आता घरी कसं जाणार तू? चालत जाणार. वेळ लागला काय? Catch a bloody cab and go home. And I was still smiling. And he asked, हसतोस काय? So I asked him, what should I do? Should I cry? Will I cry? Will my BP go down? No. And I smiled at him. And he locked the dispensary because it was in the afternoon, 1:30. He came out with me. He stopped a cab. He's staying just behind his dispensary, but he knew I would not catch a cab and go. So he came out, he stopped the cab, put me in the cab, told the cab fella, इसको बराबर वो चित्रा का गली के अंदर ही छोड़ो, बाहर पे किधर छोड़ना नहीं तो तेरे को गाड़ी इधर खड़ा करने को देगा नहीं मैं. So the taxi fella also, वो सर बराबर दिखाओ किधर रहता है करके. In the evening, and I was quite happy, I went home, I told my wife, you know, my BP is so much, and I would have got a stroke or I would have got an attack and all that thing, and all I was telling her and all that. In the evening, again I went to the doctor, where I am staying in my vicinity itself. Again I checked. 180 by 80. And I still kept smiling. And I still enjoy my blood pressure. And now from years together, from that day to this day, it is still 120 by 60. See, it's how you treat it. The moment you know you got blood pressure, the moment you know you are highly diabetic, your sugar, you start to panic. Deep down in your mind, number one, you will first start to curse it. The very first question we all ask is, why me? Arey boss, why not you? Why not you? You know, when I got sick, sorry to bore you with my life story. When I got sick, when I had high BP, when I had an heart attack, when I had, I had a very bad injury on my tailbone. I had to be hospitalized. When I had to be in the hospital just lately for 6 days because of dengue fever, I was very happy. And everybody would ask, why you? And it was very simple. Today, medical science, allopathy does not have a cure for dengue. I have a cure for dengue. You bring a dengue patient to me, I'll bring his fever down in 24 hours. And if I would not had dengue, I would have not worked towards getting it out. If I had not had that tailbone injury, I would have never worked towards getting injuries of the spine out. So don't you think I'm blessed to go through all that? Me, one person alone, getting that kind of experience which today I can through Qigong and Tai Chi help so many other people. Don't you feel I should say I should always be there? So it's very simple how you treat the disease. So you remember now that your disease has a life and your disease have a soul.
So how do you saying be happy with it? So then you just
Yeah, that's why no, it's human tendency. The moment we talk about sickness, see, we got categories. Again to talk about philosophy, just moving away from our subject. We all human beings have categories. Even I lived with categories. I will be happy only when this happens. I will be healthy only when I can do this. You are creating it for yourself, isn't it? So, what is the other category is? Your other category is completely open. So, why can't you say, even if I have cancer, I will still be happy? Even if I don't have a big house, I will still be happy. Even if my body pains the whole day, filled with sickness, even then I will be happy. Why can't you say that? Because we have categorized happiness. We have categorized healing. We have human beings, we have put everything into categories. Only if this happens, then this will happen. Only if that will happen, this will happen. Happiness is a fact that does not need a reason. Always remember this. Happiness is a fact that does not need a reason. If to achieve this fact, you are going to put many reasons to it, you will never be happy. You will never be happy. And instead, this application goes to everything. This application also goes to the fact of Qigong. If you know and if you believe that constantly you can receive universal life force energy, which is everything to your life, you can be healed, you can be cured of any obstruction in your life, body, mind and soul, then only you keep receiving it. Otherwise, if you categorize it, then even this will not work for you. Okay? So now you know. So the reasons for happiness should not be there. Instead, I don't know, I always tell people in all my lectures, I always ask people, I have asked you also many times, how many of you really feel that you are living your own life according to your own terms and conditions? How many? I am living. Forget about the things, how I reached here. You may call it sacrifice, you may call it anything. But today I live my life on my own terms and conditions. Nobody can point a finger at me and say, Carlton Hill is like that fellow. Oh, uske jaisa dikhta hai. Oh, aisa nahi. Today I have my own identity. The moment Carlton Hill दिखा दे तो आदमी लोग पहला बोलते हैं. The moment Carlton Hill is wearing this, mentioned, people know I wear Indian clothes a lot. I wear a lot of kurtas. Even if I don't wear kurta, you see my shirt, it will have an Indian collar. So I create my own identity. Nobody will say Carlton Hill looks like that. Even in my Qigong community, you ask any other Tai Chi teacher who you know in Mumbai about what I will teach you, and he will say, "मैं अपनों को नहीं मालूम है भाई वो क्या सिखाता है." Why? Because I've created my own identity. There was no reasons, no pros and cons attached to it. This is what I wanted, this is how I am, and this is how I am going to be. So no reasons for being happy, no reasons for reaching the point of success. If you put reasons, the same thing will happen when you are into healing, when you are into Qigong. If you put reasons, if you back up your healing with reasons, healing will not work. Whatever the best doctor, whatever the best therapist will do for you, he will do only 10%. 90% it's in your hands. 90% depends on you. So you should have that capacity or that mind power or that intent or that belief that you can heal yourself, you can cure yourself from maybe a soul problem, a mind problem, or a physical problem. And again, no terms and conditions. If you apply terms and conditions, it becomes difficult, because terms and conditions are a constant change. You see, terms and conditions are never still, they are constantly changing. They will keep changing and they will keep changing. Very simple example I will give you. Say we are sick and we are going to one particular doctor. Maybe we have gone there for 3 months, 4 months, nothing happens, and somebody will talk about saying that there is another doctor who can cure this disease. मेरा फलाना भाई का बेटे को बच्चे को उसने अच्छा किया. What will come into your mind? I should also go there. Your terms and your condition changed, you will go there. When you go there, then sitting waiting for the doctor, ऐसे बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं हमारे जैसे वहाँ बैठे हुए. Then one will say, ये इसके साथ में ना, दवा के साथ में ना, ये ऐसा थेरेपी करने का, ये जाके करने का, रोज़ सुबह उठने का, tai chi करने का, tai chi से और ये दवाई से तुम अच्छा होएगा. Your terms and condition will change. You will start searching for a tai chi. So, if you attach terms and conditions to any aspect of your life, then it's a big problem. It's a huge problem. It's really a huge problem, or rather a beginning of a very huge problem in your life. Okay? So remember these things, no terms and conditions to be there. Right? So coming back again to our massage, so we've seen different kinds of massage. So massage with different kinds of vibrations, if I can call it. So the vibration of only pulsing, the vibration of long pulsing, the vibration of literally vibrating the pressure point or the trigger point. Okay, then the vibration of only feeling, only touch. Even only when you touch also you can create a vibration. We will try to do that experiment today before we leave. And then tapping is also a massage where you tap. So you can literally tap with flat hand, you can tap with cupped hands. Okay, you can tap with a wooden spoon. When we were taught tapping from the Wudang temple. Where how should I explain? You all have all seen वो जो झाड़ू मिलता है ना, लकड़ी वाला. What do you call it?
Stick jar.
Yeah, the stick झाड़ू, not the soft one. This one with the stick. Bamboo. Yeah, palm bamboo also, and the stick झाड़ू, you know, where it is the sticks are a little firm. You can tap with that. The stick one, tapping with the stick झाड़ू or the stick broom, can create one of the most fantastic vibrations in your body. If you know where to tap, how to tap, for how long to tap, you can heal any ailment by doing that. So that is also one way of massage. Then tapping to a tune. Tapping to a tune or massaging to a tune. If you have been to a spa, I don't want to point at the ladies and call it a beauty parlor. So well, even gents go to beauty parlor nowadays, so कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. So when you go to the spas also, you will see music playing in the lounge music, some beautiful meditative music. You know why? Because the therapist picks up the beat, the tune of the music, and when he or she is applying pressure, that beat is transferred to the vibrations of the body and the movement into your body. So you can massage with a particular beat, a particular tune. Now coming to the part where we said Qigong, if you are practicing Qigong, your healing, when you start to heal yourself or others, is much faster than only a plain massage. Now, how can you practice Qigong or how much of Qigong? That's what you are going to ask me. How can you practice Qigong? Search for a good Qigong teacher, don't go to this person. Okay? Don't go to Shifu Carltonel, go to any other Qigong teacher and learn Qigong. You can learn Qigong from very simple movements, like most of you know me, which I do that, from very simple movements to very complicated movements. Okay? You don't need to learn complicated movements. You need to learn simple movements. Why? It's because all of us, including me, all of us, when we are going into a therapy, or rather when we are seekers, when we are seeking for something, can we get that within a short period of time is of utter importance. If I am going to go with knee pain, I am not going to learn a long process of Qigong. I will want to learn a very short process of Qigong, which I can apply to my knees and maybe feel better within 3 months or 2 months or 2 days. Okay? So you learn a very simple technique of Qigong. There are plenty of simple techniques of Qigong, where you will raise the vibration on the energy level of your body. That's Qigong, by practicing proper Qigong techniques. Then when you use maybe pulsing or beating or tapping or massaging, then you are applying external Qigong, because even when you press, you are creating and directing energy. Even when you vibrate, you are directing energy. When you are tapping, you are directing energy. So you learned a technique of Qigong, 50% of your job done, you raise the vibrations of your body, you have enough of energy stored in your body. The moment you apply an external source of Qigong with the pressure, maybe 30% done. I am sure 80% of healing, if you get for any ailment or pain, it's as good as you going to a doctor. After that, then if you want, okay, then you feel, chalo, I am going to give Carlton Hill competition, now I am going to learn complicated Qigong. Then you can go for it. Okay? Now, clinical Qigong and massage, like clinical Qigong for any other ailment in your body, the time span to feel better is 2 months. Okay? 2 months of practice or 2 months of going to the therapist should give you 80% of relief. If you don't get that relief, again depending upon the years of the ailment that you have and the seriousness of it, if you don't get substantial relief, either you are not practicing or either you are not gone to the right teacher. Always remember this. Change at once. Change the teacher, or if you are not practicing, start to practice. Because again, out of experience, my teaching experience, my own experiences of life, I know it very well. Even now, sometimes when I give up my practice, I know certain things are going to go wrong, and then you don't blame it. बारिश बहुत था, ठंडी बहुत था, ज़्यादा आइसक्रीम खाया, ज़्यादा तीखा खाया, इसलिए एसिडिटी हो गया. नहीं, चीगोंग का प्रैक्टिस नहीं हुआ बॉस, खलास, एंड. Okay, so there are different kinds of things. Another beautiful way of knowing ailment in your body is energy testing, or kinesiology as they call it. Okay, I will never call it kinesiology or muscle testing, because what I am teaching you, Tai Chi and Qigong, is a 5,000 to 6,000-year-old art. Kinesiology and muscle testing, वो तो अभी अभी आए, उसके बच्चे हो, पोता पोती है. So I will always call it Qigong, because in Qigong you can muscle test. So what do they see is which part of the body is weak, which part of the body is not weak, and according to that then you can do particular Qigong. Okay. Now why do you do that is because many a times there is headache. Okay. Now what will you associate headache for? Of course many of you may be trained therapists also, so you can give me the right answer. But what could you associate headache for? क्यों क्यों सिर दर्द होते होगा? What it could be the reason? Stress. Sinus. Noise. Okay, that means stress and irritation. Anybody else? Worries. Yes. Stress again.
Fear.
Pardon, sir?
Fear.
Anxiety, fear, eye problems, sinus problems, all those problems you will think of. You can have a headache even if you have an upset stomach. So that's why you do muscle testing, that's why you do testing in your body. Is the headache because of the head, or is the headache because of the stomach? Indigestion can give you headache, acidity can give you headache. If you take painkiller for headache, the headache will go, acidity will still remain, indigestion will still remain. So what is the headache for, you should know. Now even this is okay. साइनस भी क्लियर हुआ नहीं है, पेट भी ठीक हो गया, पेट में भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, even then my head is paining. Even then if your head pains, then you should check your big toe. You should check your big toe, or you should check your thumb. Any wrong movement of the thumb or any wrong movement of the big toe can also give you headache, because it is one meridian, one energy path. Okay, this is clinical Qigong. So when people come to us for headache, we do muscle testing to see exactly why the head is paining. Okay, because again, why is your stomach upset? Your stomach is also upset again because of the stress factor, because you are stressed, because you are worried. Okay, so you should know how to really know the cause of the ailment. So why is the headache there? It can be a long line of do's, don'ts, buts and maybes. So when you do muscle testing, very easily you get to know why the problem is. How you do muscle testing is very simple. Okay, chalo, I'll need a volunteer. Somebody come, somebody nice, strong, come. Come, good. Come. What's your name, sir? Bala Murugan. Okay, so can I call you Bala?
Bala.
Okay. So we have Bala. Yeah, I need somebody like this. See, why do we are going to test muscles, or why do we are going to test where a problem lies in his body? Again, like I said, this is the reason. And why does the body respond to whether the strength is there in certain areas and the strength is not there? Because of the meridian system. Okay, the meridian system, or the energy paths in the body. When there are blocks on the energy parts, that's the time you are sick or you have a problem or an ailment. Now what happens is, energy paths, it's like a pipe. It's a long pipe going through different organs. You cannot photograph it. You cannot see it. It's not physical. Okay, but now they say Crinoid photography or a photography has proof of the meridians in your body. Now these, if they are like pipes, तो इसमें दो चीज़ हो सकता है. उसमें एनर्जी अंदर भी जा सकता है, बाहर भी आ सकता है. एनर्जी नीचे से ऊपर की ओर जा सकती है और ऊपर से उल्टा होकर नीचे भी आ सकती है. Okay, so first we will show you, I have showed you this, reversing the energy channels. So I will show you this. I will try to first test him and see if his energy channel, one particular channel I will work with, and see if he is very strong in that. If he is very strong in that energy channel, by very simple movement I will reverse the energy and then he will become weak. Okay, now even without touching him, if you can do that, so you just can imagine in our day-to-day activity what all must be happening. So many times our channels must be getting reversed and we don't know. We get sick and we will run to the doctor. And इतने सारे गोलियां खाएंगे, क्या क्या करेंगे? It's a necessity. You have to go. It's not that you should not go to the doctor. You should go to the doctor. Emergency, you have to be there with the doctor. But say suppose you know कि okay, this channel the energy is reversing. Instead of going into my body, it's coming out. Very simple movement. You can just move your hand in front of you and the energy comes back. Okay, so it's all about learning. It's all about you being with the therapy for a certain period of time. Okay, so we'll try to check him out. You can keep your hand out. Okay, I will try to press down. You try to keep your hand up with all your strength. Okay, so you will just check and see his strength level. This is just an overall body strength of his. Okay, push, push. Very good, very nice. This is quite good. Keep your hand down. Okay. Now keep your hand up. Now we will check. I have reversed the energy. Okay. Keep your hand up. Apply pressure. Apply. Apply. Keep it down. Put it up. Apply pressure. Apply. Upwards. Upwards. It's got it back. Okay. I didn't even touch it. So can you imagine so many times you are walking on the road and the movement of people in front of you, back of you reverses your energy. What will happen to you? You will become weak. And you don't know how to get back that energy. You are there. So this was one channel we deal with. You have 12 channels in your body. All the 12 channels energy is moving in one direction. If one of them gets reversed, that part of the body gets weak. Then there is an ailment and then we have to go to a doctor. So if you know this kind of Qigong, and like they say, Tai Chi and Qigong is not only for healing. Tai Chi and Qigong is also a martial art. Just yesterday I posted on my WhatsApp group a nice clip for martial arts. Now you just imagine if this man is coming to hit me or coming to kill me or coming to rob me, and before he comes to me I just do this. By the time he comes to me, what happens? Will he be able to do that? He will be weak. I'll push him away. So you see the benefit is so much. Okay. So now coming to the part to know whether certain parts of his body is okay or not, we will do that. Okay. So what we will see is, relax your hand. Okay, what we will see is we'll start checking his stomach because he has slight protruding tummy, and everybody who has a little protruding tummy, if you are not a Qigong teacher, ये बोलना ही बनता है मेरे को क्योंकि मेरा भी भार है. If you are not a Qigong teacher, you have a stomach problem. If you are a Qigong teacher, you can have a very big stomach. Okay, so we'll keep this hand on the stomach. Okay, keep this hand out. Okay, again push up. Okay, if I'll push down, push up. Very good. So slight weakness. Okay, push up again. Yeah, slight weakness. So let's see how his lungs are. We'll make him keep his hand on the lung. Okay, keep your hand up. Okay, push up. Very good, very good. So substantially good strength on the lungs. You can do that same. Let's see for the bladder. Keep your hand still lower down. Yeah, keep it up. Push up. Very good on the bladder. Okay, you keep his hand at the back on the kidney area. Yep. Push up. Very good on the kidney area. It's a very simple way. Now if you want to, you can do this even with food. You can take food in your hand. Okay, let's see, you have a pen. Let's see if he can eat this pen. If he eats this pen, whether it will be healthy for him or not. Hold the pen in your hand. Okay, you feel you want to eat the pen. Okay, now we'll see if he eats the pen, whether it will be healthy for him or not. If it's going to be healthy for him, he's going to get a lot of strength in the channels. If it is not going to vibrate with him, it is not going to be, I'll put his hand down. Okay, put it up, push up. He cannot eat the pen. Okay, hold this water. Okay, let's see water is good for him. Keep your hand up. Feel you have water. Water is good for him. Push up. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Bala. Sit down.
Thank you. Thanks.
So this is the way you will do muscle testing. You can do this and you will know what part of the body there is less energy, what part of the body there is more energy. Okay? If you will do it for yourself, you can do it for yourself. Take a very heavy thing in your house. Maybe take a bag, a 1 kg bag, or something which is heavy. Okay? Something which is heavy you take, and if you want to do food testing like you did on your meridians, hold the food in one hand and see how easily you can pick it up. Okay? If you can pick it up very easily, then you can eat it. If you cannot pick it up very easily, then you can't eat it. Okay? Ye purane zamane, yes sir?
I wanted to imagine about the food.
It's eating thing. You should know it's an eating thing. Okay? Now if I keep this here, I know it's food, but I feel like eating it. I should have that feeling. कि मेरे को ये खाना है. I want to eat this. It's good for me or not. That is the answer. That is the question. Okay? After that, when you know this, so when you do Qigong and when there is energy flowing in and out of your body continuous, you are one with the universe. When you are one with the universe, first what is there? You can transmit energy through your fingers. Once you can transmit energy, you can heal yourself by just placing your palms, or you can heal somebody else by directing or transmitting that energy to that person, whether that person is here in front of you or whether that person is in Kanyakumari or China or in the Himalayas. Okay? Then the rest of the things that come, whether you use it for healing or whether you use it for martial arts. Can you imagine somebody coming to rob you and hit you, and from the front only you do like this, and that person by the time he comes, he cannot do anything. What better martial art can be than this kind of a martial art? But yes, for this thing you need to do Qigong. You need to do a lot of Qigong. You need to know energy. You need to be transmitting energy. Yes, you have to do Qigong, because what is this energy? This is no magical energy. This is a very simple universal life force energy which people call by many names today. It's called pranic healing, it's called Reiki, it's called access power, it's called Brahma Vidya, it's called pranayam, it's called everything. The energy is only one. And like I said, the presentation is different. So if you can feel this universal life force energy flow into your body and out of your body, number one, you will remain in good health most of the time. You will be able to heal yourself, you will be able to heal others. And when we talk about healing, I don't mean only body healing, I mean healing of the mind, healing of the soul, healing of situations. Okay? Now, when you can do this, can you imagine if you can do these small things? Don't you think I could remove an ailment from his body? I can easily remove a sickness from his body. I can easily reduce a tumor in his body. If he is having stomach upset, I can easily remove the stomach upset. If you are having eye problems, I can easily remove the eye problems. You can do so many things once you start practicing. And when you use this energy for healing purpose or curing a disease, then it is clinical Qigong. And it is this energy you should use and intent when you are doing your massage. That is the major difference in today's world now between a Qigong master being an acupuncturist and a doctor, an allopathy doctor being an acupuncturist. Not to judge anybody, because acupuncture is working. Even whether the patient is practicing Qigong or not Qigong, acupuncture still works because it is manipulation of energy. Many allopathy doctors have come into the field and have become acupuncturists. I do say that they should not, they should. But if you add your Qigong to that acupuncture, then the healing is much faster, much sure of happening. Okay. So what do you do in Qigong? I think so I have showed you. First, number one, to let energy flow into your body and flow out of your body, you need to open the chakras or the energy points in the palms and the fingertips. And I have showed you how to open the palms. Okay, have I showed you? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, I have showed you. All those who don't know, go and ask for the clip in help library. CD बना के दे देना बेटा उनको. Okay, see the previous CDs. So in that one particular CD, I have shown you how to open this chakras of the palms. If you get the palm chakras open, the fingertips open, then you are doing a free flow of energy. Once you do that, whenever you are doing even an ordinary headache, you just intend that energy is flowing. The other way is when we did short harnessing, we did a short Qigong movement. When you do a short Qigong movement, there are certain movements of your hand. Sometimes you don't need to do that. But what you need to do is you need to use your intent and you need to surrender your body to the energy.
Body to the
Energy. Because your body will become a channel. Okay, so what do you do? Very simply, when you breathe in, you visualize and you feel the universal energy moving into your body from the top of the head and moves to the heart center. In the center of the body, not here in front, not at the back, in the center of the body. Inhale, feel the energy gathered at the heart center. The moment you exhale, you should feel this energy dividing itself into three parts. One moves down to the Dantian. This is the energy storage point for all human beings. 2 inches below the navel, 2 inches cross section. You should feel one part going down there. That is for your safety, for you, for your protection, for your healing. The other two parts move to the shoulders, through the arms and out of the palm and the fingertip. This is one way of doing Qigong, bringing in the universal energy. So whenever you are doing healing, you keep visualizing this. With each inhalation breath, you bring it into the heart center, exhaling out through the palms, and wherever you are applying, feel it moving there. This is one way of Qigong. The other way of Qigong that you use sound Qigong, verbal Qigong. You keep your hand or you focus on that area of pain, whoever the patient is, even your own, and you talk to the part with a lot of humbleness, respect and love. First, show consideration to that part. Consideration. Tell the part, the stomach, for example. You make your stomach in your mind. Tell the stomach that you understand what the stomach is going through. Then you tell the stomach it's no fault of yours. And then you tell the stomach it's no fault of mine. But we are both together in this. What affects you affects me. Let's come to a solution where you be happy and even I be happy more than we are now. Not that we are sad now, so we will be happy. So you are already happy, but you need to be more happy. See, all these words, love, compassion, togetherness, carry very strong energy. Very strong energy. So when you are inducing those word vibrations, you will feel, I will bet you keep your palm lightly and you feel and your stomach will start moving and gurgling. And you don't try this experiment only with your stomach, try it anywhere on your body. Try it on your kidneys, try it on the bladder, try it on your lungs, try it on your heart, try it on your head. At once there will be pulsing sensations, different sensations. Because like the sickness or the ailment has a life and a soul, each area of your body, each organ of your body, each drop of blood, each cell in your body has a life and a soul. And what a life and a soul needs? Love, compassion, understanding, communication, positive. This is one movie of Qigong. Okay? You should try it all this. Just don't listen to me. The next time you come, I want you If you are going to miss my next lecture for anything, you should not miss my lecture. You should come here to give a testimony and say, sir, मैंने ये किया and it happened. Not for me. Don't do it for me. I am nobody. And I don't need proof. I know Qigong works. I know Qigong works. I know many times in my life I have this opportunity of using Qigong and I know it works. When you come and you give a testimony over here in Help Library, if you come and give it to my class, in my class, कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता. Class में अरे सर का ही student है ना बोलेगा ये. When you come and give it in Help Library, it's an open place where anybody and many people can come. You are going to help somebody who is in need of it more dearly. All these, though I call it very simple, I call it simple because that's my motto. Okay, but they are very, very powerful. Try these things out. Try the breathing out. Try the muscle testing out, and you see how it will work. It will work wonders. Yes, the only thing is you have to be with the energy. बहुत सारा बार क्या होता है ना, जब भी हम बीमार होते हैं कहीं ना कहीं जाके कुछ ना कुछ सीखते हैं. उन सभी कलाओं में कोई दोष नहीं है, दोष हमारे में होता है. क्योंकि हम लोग एक बार जाके करते हैं, सुन लेते हैं, सीख लेते हैं, एक दो बार करते हैं, थोड़ा बहुत भी अगर हम लोग को अच्छा लगा ना तो प्रैक्टिस बंद कर देते हैं. फिर बोलते हैं नहीं अरे हमने तो वो किया था लेकिन फिर भी वापस ही आ गया. वो दोष उस चीज़ का नहीं होता है, दोष हमारा होता है. और ये प्रकृति का एक बहुत सीधा सा साधा नियम है. ये आप सोचिए कि आपका कोई एक दोस्त है. अभी इस दोस्त को मिलने के लिए आप कहीं पे भी जा सकते हो. उस दोस्त के घर में किसी का शादी हो तो आप जाते हो वहाँ पे. उस दोस्त की किसी का अगर मौत हो जाए तो वहाँ पे जाते हो आप. बहुत दिनों से मिला नहीं तो आप आज मोबाइल उठाकर फ़ोन किया बॉस किधर है करते हो कि नहीं. तो आप एक कॉन्स्टेंटली ये एक वाइब्रेशन क्रिएट होता है दोस्तों में या उन लोगों से जिन लोगों को हम बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं. ऊर्जा के साथ यही व्यवहार होना चाहिए. This is how you should be with energy. Energy should never be separate. Energy should never be something there. Energy should always be here with you. So you constantly use it. And like I said, energy is not only for healing. Energy is for all aspects of life. So you have problem in the house, you have problem in your workplace. Breathe in the universal energy, breathe it out. You don't need to keep your hand also like this. पूरा ऑफिस में एनर्जी जाने दो, ज़रूरत नहीं है. You don't need to do that. Sit in your office and do 1 breath, 2 breaths, 3 breaths. Feel the universal energy moving into your office. Just sitting. Just visualize. It will do your work. Once in the 24-hour cycle, even if you don't have healing to be done, even if you don't have office problems, even if you don't have family problems, one day in the 24 hours, just breathe in, bring the energy into your body and let it be down here. Even that you have done ample of work. कि अगर हम दोस्तों के साथ ये कर सकते हैं, बार बार उनको मिलने का दिल करता है, फ़ोन करते हैं, पिक्चर देखते हैं, चाय पीते हैं, साथ में मजाक करते हैं, रोते हैं, हंसते हैं, तो ऊर्जा के प्रति भी हमारा ये ही एक व्यवहार होना चाहिए. इट्स वेरी नेसेसरी दैट द एनर्जी ऑल्सो रिकग्नाइजेज यू और दैट यू आर अ पार्ट ऑफ एनर्जी. अदरवाइज यू विल बी वेरी न्यू टू एनर्जी फिर देखा अरे बाबा ये कौन है. तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. द मोमेंट यू थिंक ऑफ एनर्जी द होल यूनिवर्स हैज टू थिंक ऑफ यू. शाहरुख खान तो बोल भी दिया था. ओके, so that's how it should go. So coming to the Qigong massage, very simple, we'll put it. 2 massages I will show you today where we all need. This massages will work directly on the sensory nerves or the neuro-lymphatic nerves of your brain. Okay, we have 3 neuro-lymphatic energy meridians on the right side and 3 on the left side over here coming up. Okay, one very simple massage you do is called touch massage. You take 3 fingers and you keep it here very lightly. Okay, you can have your thumb for support at the side like this. You can keep this here like this very lightly. Okay, middle of the eyebrow up. Keep your eyes closed. keep your eyes closed. Just start to be happy in your mind. Don't repeat, don't even repeat. Just feel happy. Just feel happy. Just feel some कि मुझे कुछ भी नहीं करना है यार, मेरे को ऐसा ही बैठना है. And you see, like I told you, everything has a life and a soul. Suddenly, where your fingers are kept, you will start to feel pulsing. And what pulses in your body? Your heart. How can your heart come up to your forehead? Very slightly you will start to feel pulsing. Very light, don't press it at all. Just feel happy. Just feel good. Just feel content. Now breathe in and breathe out through your mouth. Once again, breathe in, breathe out through your mouth. One last time, breathe in, breathe out through your mouth. Once again, just see if you can feel the pulsing, if you have felt the pulsing. Okay, slowly move your hands to the back of your head. Aisa, dheere se. You can open your eyes. Move your hand to the back. Bring it down, bring it to the shoulder and keep your hands down. How many of you felt pulsing here? Everybody. This shows you, this is proof that your heart beats everywhere. Yes. Now this is such a beautiful point. This neurolymphatic nervous systems which you have touched now can talk to your whole body. The moment you keep this hand, when you start to feel the pulsing, start to repeat I am in your mind. I am, I am, I am, I am. पहले जोर से बोलने का, बिंदास, फिक्र नहीं करने का कि बाद नेबर आके देखेगा क्या हो रहा है बाबा, ठीक है कि नहीं है. Don't worry about that. हाँ, नेबर विल, आप बीमार गिरोगे, नेबर एक दिन आएगा, 2 दिन आएगा, 3 दिन आएगा, 7 दिन आएगा, 8वां दिन नेबर बोलेंगे जय नहीं दे यार, चल पिक्चर देखते हैं. So don't worry if the neighbor calls you mad or idiot or anything. However, I am an idiot. So once you feel the pulsing and you repeat loudly I am, then you start to whisper I am, I am, I am, I am. Then you start to repeat in your mind I am, I am. Then to that I am you start adding whatever you feel is needed, not what you want. Don't repeat what you want, repeat what you need. So I am happy, I am healthy, I am in harmony, I am healed. Any 3 words. Don't do lots. Don't do lots. Give time. Give time for the energy vibration to flow. So I am happy, I am healthy, I am in harmony. Keep repeating in your mind with your fingers. And after some time you see, if you can practice this 2 days, 3 days, it will change the whole energy system in your body. You will be happy for nothing at all. लोग आके आपको पूछेंगे क्या रे कभी भी देखेगा तो हंसते क्या हो गया, खुश क्यों है. ऐसा सब लोगों को, मेरे को भी कभी कभी प्रॉब्लम होता है. इवन आई एक्सपेक्ट क्या रे काय को फुकड़ का हंसता है. ओके, एंड यू विल सी, यू विल बी एबल टू फेस सिचुएशंस, यू विल बी इन हार्मनी. Even if there is a problem, you will be able to face the situation very easily. Okay, so this is one very powerful massage. It's called the touch system of Qigong. There are many areas on the body. Today it's called access bars or something, I don't know what. Okay, they deal only with the head points. There are 32 points or 36 points on the head. Actually there are plenty more on the head. There are a lot of points. There are different ways of massage. One more clinical Qigong massage I will show you. This clinical Qigong massage you should do every day. It is one complete healing system. It will remove all and any kind of toxins from your body out. Okay, you have toxin points where your eyebrow ends here. These are the 2 toxin points, and your cheekbone. These are the 2 toxin points. Okay, cheekbone. The bone is coming out. When you press, you will feel your bone. Okay, this point with your middle finger. You should first intent energy flow. Qigong. Remember, we are doing Qigong massage. We are not doing acupressure. So you intend energy flowing. You can do the breathing once or twice. Breathe in the universal energy to the heart center. Exhaling, one part goes down to the dantian, the other 2 out through the finger. Keep the middle finger here and massage it in circles. Any direction is okay. So you keep massaging this point maybe for 3 minutes ideally, they say. Okay, you can also do it for only 2 minutes. You do this, and the next, then you take 3 fingers, have the same intention, energy flowing through the fingers. Again, remember the connection. Inhale the universal energy to the heart center, exhale it out through the 3 fingers, and this cheekbone, tap it. Tap it like this. This you should do for 2 to 3 minutes. You get up first thing in the morning and do this. It drains out all the toxins from your body. And when we talk about toxins, we talk about all kinds of toxins. Toxins of sickness, toxins of thought, toxins of the soul. Okay, so it's not toxins only bodily, matterly toxins. It's toxins of the mind, stress also, which it will remove. This is one very famous clinical Qigong. Many people who don't do anything do this. If they don't do neurolymphatic, they do this because this is the best way. Toxins you should get out in any manner. Whether it's a thought toxin, whether it's food toxin or any other toxin. If it's out of the body, then there is no ailment there in your body because it's the toxin which can create accumulation and hardness and slut or dirt which can turn into. Okay, the other clinical Qigong tapping that you can do, very nice for sinus problems, for stress headaches. Okay, for stress headaches. Now we are dealing with this very simple point of stress is because every disease is psychosomatic, stress is psychosomatic. So stress can give you 99% of your sicknesses. So you start again with the same intention. Remember, if the chi is not there, it will become an ordinary acupuncture or acupressure point where it will take a time to heal. But if you are doing a little Qigong, if you are doing opening of the channels or if you are doing breathing in the Qigong, then I can guarantee you a much faster result. Okay? Middle finger again. Bring in the energy to the heart center when you inhale. Feel it like a white soft tube light going in. From here, 3 parts. 1 down to the Danti, and never forget, your protection has to be there, your healing has to be there. So it goes down. The other comes out to the middle fingers. Okay? Or either 1 finger. Exactly here, in line with the eyebrow, when you go slightly up, you will feel a slight dinge inside, a slight depression. Sabhi ke paas hai, yahan pe hoga. When you find that depression, you start to circle it. Okay, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, depending upon your time. Keep circling. Okay, so 2 minutes to 3 minutes. Then again you cup your palm. Same Qigong breathing, bringing in of the universe. Move it out through both your palm. You see here, this point, when this skull of yours ends, this is the point. Here you will tap. It's like vibration. मारना नहीं है, ऐसा मारो मत. नाना पाटेकर ने बोला यहाँ पे छोटा ब्रेन होता है, तकलीफ होता है वहाँ मारेगा तो. Okay, तो वहाँ मारना नहीं है. You have to vibrate like this. So when you're tapping here, you're literally half of your body should vibrate. So you cup and you vibrate. Okay, this will get rid of all neuro problems. Giddiness, vertigo, sinus, balance. It will take care of everything. It will distribute the spinal fluid equally to the upper part of the body and also to the lower part of the body.
3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Now this one is a very nice one. Like you can talk to the neurolymphatic nerves, you can talk to this. So when you want to talk, start singing a song. जो अच्छा गाना होता है ना, वो गाना गाने का, and hit it with a tune. The more you give it a pleasant beat, the more that pleasant vibration will move into all the meridians in your body. And for your own health's sake, not for God's sake, for your own health's sake, whenever you do this, don't think whether you are going to get healed or all right or anything. Just do it. The moment you are going to think, sir ने ये बोला इससे होने वाला है कि नहीं होने वाला है, you are feeding it the same thing. Whatever I have shown you is I have shown you the neuro problem, this neuro exercises with which will affect your brain and the energy meridian system directly. So don't feed it with anything. Always be present. Like I told you, you don't need a reason to be happy. You can just be happy for the sake of being happy. Okay, so even this you can also tap, but I would advise not to tap here. Many people, when you tap over here, they get headaches. But those who don't get headache, again you can tap here, and again you can create rhythm. You can do a different rhythm. The more you can create pleasant rhythms, the more pleasant you will feel. Even this one, you can tap, but again pleasant rhythm. The rhythm you should know, it should come automatic. कभी कभी नहीं खड़ा रह के अपना चालू रहता है. That it should identify with you, because this rhythm is also one way of the universe sending you one particular kind of energy to your body which is needed. Okay, do we have any questions?